At this time of year, charities make around £50 million from the charity Christmas cards that are on sale in shops and supermarkets. Some of the money is donated with every sale, but it isn't always clear exactly how much, so we decided to try and find out. Beatrice Pickup has been doing that for us. Beatrice, what did you do?
I contacted 5 big high street department stores and 8 supermarkets. I found that department stores generally donate a bigger percentage of the price of a pack of charity cards. They give between 10 and 25% of what you've paid. Most supermarkets give 10%.
So that's in general, any exceptions?
Yes. Aldi stands out among the supermarkets. It gives 25% of the price that you pay for your cards to charity. Aldi says it expects to raise £130,000 this year for 2 charities, Bernardo's and the Prince's Trust. The supermarkets donating the least are Lidl and the Co-op. They both donate 10 pence per pack of cards. Packs cost £1.19 at Lidl and £1.50 at the Co-op. But they both say they raise funds for their chosen charities over the course of the year. Among the chain stores, WH Smith's sells some cards where the full price you pay goes to charity. But they also sell packs where 25% and 10% of the price is donated.
How easy is it then to understand how much is being donated when you just pick up a pack?
Well, companies are required by law to say on the pack how much goes to charity. They also have to name the charities, and if there's more than one, they have to say what share each one will get. But some don't donate a proportion of the price. They make a set overall donation instead. So, for example, I've got a card here from Tesco, and it says that it's giving £300,000 to 2 charity partners this Christmas, Diabetes UK and the British Heart Foundation. So there's no way of telling how that works out per pack.
What happens, Beatrice, if packs are sold on offer, say, a 3 for 2, or then the price is knocked down?
I asked Marks & Spencer, Debenhams and Next about that. They're all offering 3 for 2 promotions or discounts on their Christmas card packs at the moment. They all give 20% of the pack price to charity, and they say they do that for the full retail price, not the amount you paid at the till.
Thanks, Beatrice. Well, Sharon Little is the Chief Executive of the Greeting Card Association, and Dame Hilary Blume is the founder of the Charities Advisory Trust. It's been running a scheme called Card Aid since 1980, and both welcome to you and yours. Dame Hilary Blume, most of the retailers that Beatrice spoke to are donating somewhere between 10 and 25% of the price of a pack to charity. Is that good enough, do you think?
Well, I feel it's absolutely wonderful because we started about 12 years ago doing something called the Scrooge Awards, and we found out that many of the charities were only getting 2%. So we had a campaign that said, don't accept anything less than 10%. So I feel really pleased that we've got that far.
So you've won. Sharon Little, if 10% of the price of a pack of cards is going to charity, is someone along that supply chain making a profit on those cards?
Just a small amount of profit. I think what the important thing to know about the high street route is that this is all free money for the charities. So the charities don't need to make any investment in the product at all. It's all done by publishers who then have an agreement with the charity. The charity has their branding all over the cards, so they get free branding in supermarkets and department stores across the country. It's fantastic advertising for them. And then also the recipients receive a branded card, so that charity is then flagged up with the recipients.
So who is making the profit? The manufacturers and the retailers? The little bit of profit that you described?
I would say there's a little bit of profit going to the publishers and a little bit of profit going to the retailers as well.
Hilary Blume, your cards, Card Aid, give all of the profits to charity, but even that works out at only around 30% of the price of a pack, and the rest of it is production costs. When department stores, for example, John Lewis, are giving 25%, they are able to sell far, far more than you could, aren't they?
Well, it depends on the card. And the point really is that before the high street retailers all muscled in on the charity Christmas card market, the charities were often getting as much as 60%. I mean, the profit levels really depend on whether the card sells well. So it's very hard to predict whether we always guarantee a minimum of 25%, and on the business cards much more. But it's quite difficult to actually know. Can I just say something about the Diabetes UK and British Heart Foundation deal with Tesco's? The interesting thing is that's their normal commitment for their charities of the year. And I think that money, you'll have to check with them, but I think it might well just come out of their annual charity budget.
Well, Dame Hilary, I can't really go into that because I've no way of checking while I'm live on air what the truth of that is.
I would say, Winnifred, the most important thing is that we buy over 1.1 billion Christmas cards in the UK. It's a great tradition. It's a fantastic tradition. It raises huge amounts of money for charities. And I would say to people, if you're questioning about whether or not you should buy charity Christmas cards, every charity card counts. It doesn't matter where you buy it from. Buy it from the temporary card shops if that's where you want to buy them. Buy them from
the department
no
one's
stores.
Arguing that they don't count. I suppose what we're talking about is how much do they count?
They count a lot when you buy your cards from a temporary card shop.
How much they count varies, doesn't it, as we've just heard?
Yeah, but when you buy your cards from a charity card shop, from a temporary shop, those charities have had to make an investment in the product. So they've had to pay for those cards, and then they will reap the rewards. But it is a risk.
Hilary Blume, before we leave it, we keep hearing that people aren't sending as many cards. You know, the cost of the stamps has risen. There are easier ways of communicating. Have you noticed any effect on the sale of charity Christmas cards?
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, I think we're facing a collapse of the Christmas card market because it's expensive. And we notice that people who used to buy the average of 30 cards now buy 20. And I think the market is disappearing because also we're a different sort of community now. People come from different areas and they don't always have a tradition of sending cards.
I would disagree. I would say that Hilary's shops are mainly based in the London area, but across the country we're still buying a lot of Christmas cards and a lot of charity Christmas cards.
As many as we did, Sharon Little.
I think it is decreasing slightly, but we're still buying over 1.1 billion Christmas cards a year. That's not what I would call a little or dying market.
I think we used to have 10 billion.
There are no figures, so I can't argue that point.
OK, we must leave it. Sharon Little
Thank you.
From the Greetings Card Association and Hilary Blume from the Charities Advisory Trust.